Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and we are back with Full Metal Panic episode 22, Jack in the Box. This by far is probably my favorite episode for a few different reasons, although I'm going to make some little bit of comments, but yeah, I think this is generally my favorite episode, and it got me really excited to watch the next couple, although I would have continued if my dog hadn't been jonesing for more action, so just playing on the dog. Hopefully by Wednesday I'll try to do 23 and 24. But regardless, we'll talk about why this episode's very good. Now, this episode basically has the point of we see what Garwan's true master plan is to kind of start a war between Mithril and the United States. Unfortunately, his plan is going to backfire immensely. One of the main ones being that Tessa made sure that any warheads didn't have any nuclear arms, and she's also going to give a chance for Kamina to escape. Plus, you also have Sosuke and Kurt being out in the open. They're not in the hangar where the rest of the crew is. So there's good news on that front. Now, in the previous episodes, I haven't really mentioned this group of guys. This guy's name is Sailor, and he is control of the Pasadena. They've cut away to some of the, his shit, his submarine, who he's chasing the toy box because on the incident where they had the undercover ops a few episodes ago, he's still really hurt about it. And it's a minor thing, but I found it's worth mentioning. Also, we have Callahan going on board another a cruiser ship and talking with a U.S. captain. As someone who is proud of America and everything, one of the things that did kind of irk me, and I'll say this, maybe he's not the line politically right, but he does talk about, globalism and they're like the global police, and, once Japan falls, you'll understand how things are. Even though it's just kind of weird because Japan is not allowed to have any, they're not an enemy of ours at the time, or considering what happens after World War II, but okay, whatever. I didn't really like that part. I'm not for globalism. Everybody's, takes care of their own. I'm not for a big union, so to speak. But anyway, so we have those moments. They cut away. I thought it's worth talking about. Their ship gets attacked, but it doesn't blow up because of, Tessa's smart thinking. Now, this episode is probably the most fan servicey so far. I'm going to show you a couple screenshots, but aside from the opening, this one has some nudity a little bit. Nothing, no nipples or anything, but it is worth mentioning. And also, we do have I believe the next episode is going to have a little bit more, but I want to discuss it. So we do have some nice shots of both Tessa and Chidori kind of talking in resonance in their mind. Tessa kind of explaining how to take control of the ship. She needs to get this universal key from her locker room, and then she didn't exactly explain what she needs to do, but should kind of figure out once she gets there. But we do have some nice shots. So this is the forward shot. There is a side shot that I didn't manage to capture, but I just wanted to show this. And then you also have Chidori. We do see Tessa have their side shots. Like I said, no actual nudity, no butt or anything. They just show their nice cleavage. But anyway, following the resonance, we have a good moment where Kamina escapes, and it's thanks to the efforts of Tessa, who actually fires a gun and actually tries to kill, Garan and the others. Give her a chance to escape. I would say if this was a more mature anime, I'm feeling that Tessa would have had some rods stuck up her, but that's, I guess, not Garon's sort of thing. I don't know. I feel like that it would have been a lot worse than what actually is. But his true torture is, starting a war with Mithril. Anyway, they kind of the magic escape. Kurt and Sosuke hear the gunshots, and eventually they eventually do rescue her. But the part that I really like the most, the most kind of humanizing moment, a good moment, is when after Sosuke saves Kamina from Kamina, they have this moment in the kitchen, and Kamina basically breaks down crying. It's like, I'm no longer a burden. I can take care of myself and everything. And just for her to kind of submit, like, she believes herself to be in the wrong. She's not mad at Sosuke or anything. But Sosuke apologizes. And he doesn't say, thanks to Kurt or anything. Like, no, he just has this genuine good moment. Like, you've saved my life so many times. I'm so sorry. I would have liked maybe the line, maybe it will be in the next episode, like, I was just not in the right head at the time. But he does say, I'm sorry and everything. And it was that moment, and I'm like, man, I really want to watch the next episode. Just that good humanizing moment. Sosuke didn't sound very soldiery. He sounded very humanizing, and just they had this good moment. I really liked it. And it was a nice moment. But with that, I'll end the episode here. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. Hopefully I will get the chance to binge 22 and 24, 23 and 24. Hopefully, my dog will will behave. Don't get mad at him. He's had knee surgery. But with that, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great, wonderful Monday, and like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time.